Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome back to Let's Play X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. In the last episode, we started going through Avalon, and we beat Beast and Gambit sections. Because I played those two back to back, I managed to defeat Exodus, and we won't be able to fight him in the other three sections. He is gone. But I will mention these strategies for fighting Exodus with these top three in case you need them. Unlike Gambit and Beast fights with them, these three have not only Exodus, but the Acolytes, the little guys who pop in and out and throw the energy balls at you. So I'll mention that when the time comes as well. Anyway, now that we got Exodus out of the way, we can just skip straight to the main bosses of these already short sections. And I'm going to start with Psylocke first because it is ultimately the hardest unless you beat Exodus. Then it's basically a walk in the park. Almost. I was going to do this section in the first video, the first Avalon video I'm in. And trying to explain everything in the level as well as it was just too much to do with Exodus, and I need to get some practice on there because, well, the part before where you would have fought Exodus, which you'll see momentarily, was a bit difficult. You gotta learn how to survive in that part. So without further ado, let's not hold this video up any longer and do this thing. And no sooner do you start this section that you see this target reticle following you around. You definitely want to jump out of the way with it, otherwise you will be hit by the laser when it turns red. Also up here is an X icon. You're going to have to use down and Y to bounce off one of these guys. Just keep jumping in place, so that way you can wait for it. And that way, you can easily grab it when the time comes. Once you're done with that, you want to go all the way to the right here, so that way you can avoid everything and get this target reticle to disappear too. Sadly, that's as far as you're going to go. From here, you want to hit these guys with the psychic knife. You also want to use down Y in the air whenever necessary, as well as your flying knee. There is a small health pickup, but it's barely gonna do you any good here if you're getting your butt kicked. Ow. Thankfully, there's only a few of them, but they're still annoying. And once you're done with this section, you can immediately get a large health pickup, which is a very good thing. I was trying to turn around to do the full combo, but that didn't work. There's a few more of these guys. And I'm waiting for them to get out of the wall so I can actually hit them and get them to stay around for a little while longer. And I just tricked that guy into throwing it straight. There we go. If they're still standing when you knock them down, they will teleport back up, which means they're still alive. And you have to wait for them to make the death cry and not move straight into a standing position after you knock them down to make sure that they're dead. Anyway, this is where you would have fought Exodus. He does send his Acolytes after you. You can destroy the Acolytes if necessary with a psychic knife, if you're at the right distance, which is kind of sweep distance, like crouching kick distance, and you should be able to hit them in one blow. As for Exodus, you want to hit him with a normal jump kick and then get in close and hit him with a psychic knife when he gets up. That's how you do the most damage to him in the least amount of time. Also, there are only a few Acolytes that show up during that battle, so once you get rid of them, you just have Exodus to deal with. And shortly after this, you get to fight this rocket. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. From here, you want to keep going to the far side of the rocket and using down Y in mid-air. That's how you do the most damage. And you definitely don't want to do the drop kick of the full combo if you're near the rocket, because you will fall all the way down into the pit below. You don't want to do that. And you will have to use the neck breaker, as the game calls it, in order to get up to the platforms. You actually have to bounce off the rocket in order to do that. And let's see what I can do. Ooh. Well, that wasn't what I expected. I was expecting to do the psychic knife, but that works too. Boy. I didn't practice with Psylocke on Magneto at all, because I wanted to do all 5 characters and I didn't think I would do any damage against them. Now, if I do get him close to death, I will actually cut this video short, so that way I can do all these sections, and of course show off the endings with all 5 characters, because, well, depending on who you beat it with, you'll get that person in the ending, and it's just one little dialogue change, but that's about it. Anyway, this seems to be working. From here, you can just do a psychic knife to get through the little panels that he tosses at you. And then you can just do the flying knee or a down Y in midair in order to hit him. If you're quick enough with the down Y anyway. I may just beat him. There's that attack. Yeah, that was the little ball of magnetic energy. That did a lot of damage. And I can't believe I managed to get a hit in like that. That is amazing. And that hit me. Great. Well, I did some damage against him. And it looks like I'm about to die with Psylocke, but that's alright. That's alright. I managed to do some damage with Psylocke. And apparently if I stood right there, I would have avoided it completely. He barely does that attack if you're in that corner. It's usually if you're like in the air or near him on the platforms that he usually does that. Otherwise, he's just going to keep sending these platforms at you. Or rather, those panels, I should say. I may actually kill him. I may just actually destroy him. If that happens, I'm going to cut the video short if I get close enough to doing so. That way I can show all 5 endings with all 5 characters. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut this video short. I didn't practice this at all. That's the funny part. So, yeah, that's basically it for this part. Didn't mean for it to be so short, but I just didn't expect to do all that damage with Psylocke. And I actually killed myself on purpose, so again, I can show what happens if you beat Magneto with each and every character. Oh boy, I'm going to do a lot of recording and a little bit of editing, but it's still going to be worth it. But I will show off Cyclops and Wolverine sections next time. So join me then when I do that. Until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!